Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host Owen. This is the channel, guys, that brings you your team every single day. It's run by the fans for you, the fan. If you want your daily fix, if you need your daily Rangers fix, then the way to get it for the price of nothing is to hit the like. No, not hit the like. Hit the sub even. Sorry. Brain dead. Hit the sub, ring the notification bell, set the notifications to all, then you'll never miss out on other great content. And as for like, if you can like the video, it does help out. However, you can join the channel for only 99p, 99 pence, less than a cup of McDonald's coffee. Join button is down below, or go back to the homepage after this video, find the join button after you've subscribed, hit the join and follow the instructions. Now, obviously, we've got a bit to talk about this morning. We've got this afternoon or this evening, depending on when you are picking up this video. We've got obviously more news on transfer speculation as we enter obviously the continuing off season with Glasgow Rangers obviously on the verge of continuing to add to this squad. Obviously, the signings that we've already made: Dujon Sterling, Kieran Dow, Jack Butland, and Sam Lammers. 4 players already in, and another couple apparently on their way. We've also got a little bit of a video as well, a bit of a share video for you from NASA, where Victoria has been celebrating with the North American Rangers Association fans from all over the continent in Toronto. So let's get started. Now, yesterday on my video that I released yesterday, I talked about Malik Tillman. Now, obviously, Tillman was someone who achieved very well during his first season in the Scottish Premier League. Now, look, I get the criticism, 100% get it, 100% understand it. He's never done anything in the Celtic games. But let's look at it this way. In the last two, apart from the last 2 games, who did do anything in the Celtic games? Who did perform well in the Celtic games? Probably nobody, realistically. We were poor. And Tillman, I kind of, you surround yourself with rubbish, you're going to start to perform that way. It's just the way it works out. So let's take that off the table. That second, obviously, he's 20 years old. That was his first season in professional football, a full season of professional football. He hasn't done that before. So that's the first time he's done that. Okay, now, look, I understand there was a loan to buy agreement put in place between Glasgow Rangers and Bayern Munich. I get that. And apparently the buyout clause was 5 million. Now, it seems that in that clause, there was a if all parties agree clause. Now, the way that works is that all 3 parties have got to agree to the fee and to the transfer. That's my understanding of it. Now, according to news reports in Kicker, Rangers bid 5 million for Tillman. Bayern Munich, though, have now said that is not enough for the player, and they are looking for more money for Malik Tillman, believing that 5 million is a derisory amount and not enough for a player of his class and potential. I think that's what you're buying there. You're buying potential. You're buying a player who could, and that's a big word, could go on to be a great success for Rangers, help Rangers in Europe, help Rangers to win things, look at Player of the Year awards individually. All of could be there, but, and it's a big, huge but, isn't it? Massive but. In what we're talking about here, Tillman is a player that, if he continues to develop as he is going to be worth a lot of money. But again, like I said, you could have a situation where he doesn't make that development, he doesn't kick on, and you're then struggling to make your money back on him. So you are kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place on him. But it does seem that Bayern Munich don't want to sell for 5 million now. They want more than 5 million for the services of Malik Tillman. Now, to Rangers, 5 million is a lot of money. The problem we have is our neighbours south of the border don't think that 5 million is a lot of money. They don't think that 6 million or 10 million is a lot of money, and they're quite willing to splash the cash on new players. Now, there is rumours going around that that there are Premier League clubs that are looking at Malik Tillman. Brentford, for example, apparently are looking at Malik Tillman. Brighton also looking at Malik Tillman and are willing to pay more than the £5 million clause that Rangers thought they had agreed with Bayern Munich. It now seems, like I said, that is not the case. So it does appear that if Rangers want to secure the services of Tillman, they're going to have to pay an awful lot more money. But given the limited budget the club have, are they really going to want to go out and spend more than $5 million on Tillman when they already have a number of attacking talents in the squad? Plus, obviously, Dessers to come in. It is a big risk. Now, we know what Tillman can bring. We get that. But it's whether, as a club, we have that money to go and make that investment, as well as obviously sign the likes of Panzo and Dessers. And I know what you're saying. 5 million is a lot. In England, it isn't a lot. To EPL clubs, 5 million is not a lot of money. So to Burnley, not Burnley, sorry, to Brighton and to Brentford, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million is not a lot of money to pay for them. They are independently wealthy. They're rich clubs. They get Premier League money, so therefore they get money to strengthen. They're in a strong position. So I think there's a chance that Tillman could end up in England. I really do. I think, looking at the way it's trending, look at the way it's moving, I honestly could see him ending up in England, whether that's on a permanent deal or another loan deal. I don't know. But I think there's a real strong possibility that could be the case. Okay, now, guys, as you know, Victoria is out at NASA at this moment in time in Toronto, as Rangers fans from all over the continent of North America assemble to share their love, share stories, and share everything to do with Glasgow Rangers. Now, Victoria sent me a short video earlier whilst I was at my daughter's dance show, so I couldn't get the video up as a short, so I decided to include it in our video here. So here is Victoria at NASA. Here's the video that she sent me from NASA earlier today. Okay, guys, just a very short video there of what is going on tonight, or what was going on at NASA tonight. What was it? Well, I'm sure you all would love to know exactly what it was. Victoria sent me the poster of what is going on tonight. It is the Sunday barbecue to enjoy with your Rangers family. It's at the Bramley Rangers Club, 1 to 5 on June the 18th. Which obviously was yesterday, and it's been DJ'd by one of the top Rangers DJs, apparently DJ Joe Cully. So Victoria tells me someone obviously at NASA apparently want to get to NASA in New York, and that's where NASA will be next year, in the city of New York, obviously hosted by the Big Apple Bears, obviously who are the New York-based supporters association for Rangers. Okay, in other news, commiserations to Borna Barisic and Croatia, who drew 0-0 in the Nations Cup final tonight against Spain, but unfortunately for them, lost 5-4 to the Spanish on penalties. Borna did not get a game, was on the bench for Croatia, but unfortunately, like I said, Croatia did go down to that defeat tonight to former world champions Spain. More stories in the media yesterday and over the weekend that the ongoing search for a new sporting director, and I'll talk about why we need a sporting director in a minute, has hit again 2 humps, as Carlos Bocanegra and Christian Nerlinger have both turned down the job. Bocanegra in favour of staying in the States, and obviously Nerlinger in favour of continuing with his business as a football agent. So it looks like obviously the search will be ongoing for a new sporting director, a new director of football. People talk about, why do we need one? That's a question I get asked a lot. Why do we need a director of football? Well, the vast majority of modern big European clubs like Rangers, that's what Rangers are, have sporting directors who are there to take the weight off the manager. Look, what is the manager's job? What is the guy who actually is out there every day in, day out with the team? What is his actual job? Well, number 1 is to coach the team. Number 2 is prepare them tactically for games. Number 3 is to get them fit. Number 4, it is to pick a team. Number 5, manage them on match days, make substitutions, at the right time. So for me, being a manager is all those things. Adding into it, negotiating new contracts, monitoring contracts, going out and meeting players, signing players, paying, sorting out contracts, signing on bonuses, etc. That's too much. It's too much. you start putting all that back on the manager. And I know what you're going to come back at me. Well, Graham Souness had it. Walter Smith had it. That was a different era. It was a different era with less money, with less social media, with less going on in the football world than there is now. So for me, you go down the route of getting in, getting in a sporting director. We do need a sporting director, someone to take the pressure off Michael Beale, to allow him to concentrate on doing what he does best, which is coaching the team, preparing the team, picking the team. Now, I still think he should identify the players he wants, because at the end of the day, he's got to work with them. He knows the players that are going to fit his system, and he's then got to obviously pass those on to the head of recruitment in the club front office to go and get the players that he is identifying. But like I said, you've got a situation where at this moment in time there is a need for a sporting director, and obviously I know Bocanegra is not there anymore. I know that obviously that we've missed out as well on Nerlinger, but we do need to appoint someone. We do need someone to come in. It's not a case of just leaving it or making Michael Beale's role a joint role. That's not going to work. It just genuinely isn't going to work long term, and Rangers need to have a plan in place. They need to have a sporting director to come in and make a real difference to obviously player recruitment. Allow, like I said, let the manager still identify the players, but then it's your job to go out there, get those players for your manager, to renegotiate contracts, to negotiate transfer fees, to do the bit that takes the manager, takes the head coach off the training pitch where he should be. And you can have the best assistants in the world, but at the end of the day, it is down to you, and you need your best player on the park. So that's definitely something that we need to consider. The Josh Maja saga continues to roll on. I know there's a couple of people asking about why we can't sign Josh Maja. I just want to reiterate what I said in a video a couple of days ago. Bordeaux were told they had to forfeit their last game of the season after a fan ran on and assaulted a Rode player. So we're in a position now where obviously there is, there is a situation where Bordeaux are not going to get promoted at the moment. Now, Bordeaux have, of course, appealed that decision. It's gone to the Court of Appeal. So until that is sorted out, Maja's future is very much up in the air. He can't be signed yet because Bordeaux have said, if they get into the French League 1, they want to obviously keep hold of not Lionel Messi, that's someone else. Wishful thinking, guys. Wishful thinking. They want to keep hold of Josh Maja. However, if they're not promoted, then Josh Maja automatically becomes a free transfer, which is better for Rangers and better long term. So that's where we're up to. The appeal is ongoing. If Maja's going to come, we're going to have to wait for Maja. And I think it will be past the start of pre-season. It's very much going to be, I think, a case of, the pre-season will have already begun for Rangers. I think that will definitely be the case. I think when it comes to what is going on with the club at this moment in time. More news, obviously, on Searle Dessers. Apparently, the move for Dessers is at risk of a late hijack. Apparently, Torino have now joined the race for the Nigerian. Now, according to rumours that have been ongoing for a period of weeks now, Rangers were close to signing the Nigerian for around $5 million in a deal from Cremonese, which would obviously see him link up with new signing Sam Lammers. However, Torino technical director Davide Vaganti, looking to furnish new manager Ivan Juric with a strong squad ready for the start of their pre-season, apparently is now looking at Dessers as well, and is trying to move in on the deal and take over and get Dessers to go to Torino instead of Rangers. So that is a bit of a the one that's going to be up in the air again. Perhaps the dilly-dallying, perhaps the look. I don't know what's going on with. I'm not privileged to any negotiations or any great talks with anyone in a position of power when it comes to signing players. So, it is what it is. In terms of Dessers, we have to wait and see. We need to get these deals across the line a little bit quicker, I think, to get them in, to make sure they're guaranteed to be here for the start of pre-season. Obviously, more links again today to Mattia Freegan, described as if Rangers go and get him as the new Dado Perso. And obviously, we'd all love a new Dado Perso, or even the existing Dado Perso, but just with a few less years on his mind. That's obviously, I think, got to be one that we look at. Well, guys, I'm going to call that video for this morning. If you've got any comments to make about the stories we discussed this morning on the video, or this afternoon or this evening, please obviously drop me a comment below and I will get back to you as soon as is possible. Thank you so much for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation. Please hit that like for the video. And also remember, if you haven't done so yet, please hit the sub, ring the notification bell and come and join one of the fastest growing Rangers channels anywhere on the network, Glasgow Rangers Nation. And always remember, we are the people.